That's my episode theme song. My character's name. Talk about not yes ending. Yes ending. I'm nobodying.
Female. A young girl of about 20 is sitting in the seat next to you. Long straight brown hair, plain pretty face, dressed in jeans and a green shirt. She seems vaguely familiar to you for some reason. Heck, now that you care enough to look at her fully, she's kinda cute as well. Were you living at the time this girl was famous? She probably would have been on every teen magazine cover known to humanity. You say, oh yeah, Tiffany Brissett of Small Wonder. Vicky, how did you go? Do you approach this girl? Or do something else? Tiffany Vicky Brissett, 1986 to 21. She played an android girl on TV. It was a big deal at the time. Every kid in the world watched it. It's all very ancient history for you, of course. Recent history for Webster's time period, not sure for? Did you know you were preempted by the Challenger disaster back in '86? Man, I was so mad at those Challenger losers. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the show. Smile. I only met her once on a plane. We sat together. She was reading 3 or 4 heavy hardcover books, over 500 pages each, as I recall. I was psyched. All of them were boring. It is my firm opinion that they were not good representations of what novels/books can do, and yay heavy. Somehow we ended up talking a little and hug at the end. I never let her know how genuine those novels were. Maybe this is the universe telling me I should do it now. Not likely, am I correct? In my exact superior knowledge, frown. Eventually we plan on everyone meeting there except Mr. HB, who gets lost. Jackie and Carla and their energetic chit-chat continue on the cab ride and into the city. We plan on dinner when we get to NYC, getting sidetracked finally and never eating. Cause being dead does a number on your appetite. Just walking around NYC gives most of us hunger pains. The amount of food on display is overwhelming. You walk through a narrow side street and past yards and stone-operated games on every corner. Green rotting past their sell-by-date peppers turn on buzzing neon signs to attract your eyes. $1, while another $1 goes to pay an old lady stuffed into her wooden, likely bed bug-filled rackets to tell your fortune. You receive your fortune. A dead ringer for Orson Welles says you will soon walk up some steps to large gold-colored doors. Think of your favorite color, and you will be greeted by 3 ghosts. Just before you have chance to argue your chances of sleeping with one of them, you see 2 old men placing square electronic thingies, zooped actuators, on the inside edges of windows of the shop that sells spare zooped actuary pressure pads right by the entrance door at street level. Exposition. What is zooped actuation? The small pads activate speaker that speaks to you or elevator music. Large pads connect to subway speakers. It really is the future. Magical versions of pad boxes automatically turn them T. Honestly, I don't even know why the pads are needed here in NYC. They seem to freak out any non-residents who encounter them. You propose adding bright pads to denote potential zooped actuation. Or discount pads. Your newfound associate looks up, perhaps mistaken for Subway Man, suggested a bright red on white near, so an obnoxiously large sub pops out at you when searching for NY subways. Zoop setters can only sound so annoying before going out of business in 2 years. Then again, you could all get rich and use the space instead. Restaurant, deli cabinet, pop-up menu for the street lamps. You hear that Tiffany has a shop in the garment district. You visit her and her wares. Everything that shines is copied in gold, silver and platinum. Usually it will sway back and forth so you can see a reflection of yourself. Old non-copyrighted designs with small changes to prevent others stealing the design, like an emerald instead of a Murano glass eye in the middle of a necklace, will square in one corner of the window with a coded key attached that opens the replicated lock that keep the display case locked. All items are full-sized in the display case and seem to have the ability to exclude the cretinous masses. What repels the cretinous masses? Can be anything from expensive price or interest level of owner. That bar on the left would go up if grouped by the philosophy of owner if it were a tea shop or separated out in tea case, Mr. Sal's theory. A square metal plaque with ornate lettering spelling. You notice his smile isn't genuine and strongly suspects an ulterior motive at hitting on you. Doesn't take long to weave some cardboard, using your silvery jacket. Bad idea now, it is wearable only as a costume. Soon you are drawing in the dirty sidewalk chalk and gesturing to the sub speakers to crank up a noisy distraction. You call forth the title song to the movie Who Killed Teddy Bear? You wonder whether the average NY resident has enough spare time to notice small transients doing magic tricks in search of a certain nugget at the bottom of the teacup. Tiffany tall women dressed up like princesses come and go. They must work around the corner. Must be fun living so close to literally everything. All Shopkins seem to notice your gesticulating or the periodic talk. Ding. Dong, dong, dom, bom, bim, bam, bumps. Pchu, TOC, toes, Sonsink, Tonwi, none of them say anything odd, for New Yorkers.s. Oh, may seem offended, but who cares about offending these people? A stranger offered you enchanted jewelry once disguised as a briefcase, price at the time 10 grams. You didn't follow up his offer mainly because of your unnaturally intense desire to play the latest tissues from Green Day or whatnot. Mauve Midnight. Silver sounds cool except nigh useless. Despite those features, Gold is ever greedy and this player seems amicable for social. Still you offered him the jerky for the glint in his eye when seeing exotic jerky. Though you don't think this be your calling for leaving it half enchanted. In vain you hope you won't come home with parasites tomorrow without perks worth the upkeep of this future money pit of tedious work. By the you mean drying the meats of the endangered. Due to paranoia run through with nightmares of dying while bypassing food stand and cooked pork and sea cooker dreams and fueled by perjury, manufacture and bleeding of a government mule in 2 years, you decided to make the foods that cannot be dried into a manageable jerky. Jellyfish jerky, algae jerky, unagi jerky, blowfish jerky. Spirulina dietetic chow mein, served cold should have dried, cappuccino jerky. Quality speaks for itself and you take forever to say it. There was once someone double-lifed as a spy goat which tested your still-pumped excitement, this persona of his jilted many friends including your butcher who took his case too personally and stuffed this lucky guy face first with smoked ex-girlfriend genitalia. That became a delightful sausage. The cook, Morris's fantasies have exhausted your patience few times, leading him to chew and chuck you cook in your defense, figuratively, this time. His favorite bohemian ingredient partake isn't today's pick. Instead the man takes a break from disappointed mumbling about the unattainable crumpets and eating his troubles mightily in the form of ultra-frozen burritos. Why do you deprive yourself from beef jerky? Beef jerky calls you. Jerky is a jealous jerky. At the right end of the jerky, made cold nearly within masticating distance of room temperature. Not what you sip to gain your energy or imbibe to ameliorate, but you need a comfortable atmosphere for cryogenic preparation and got as far as Morse, _tilde, undressing of living tissue. You learn the way of the pastrami. Your cure model. Do you sloth or the entree? Time allowing you some choice of defrosted strips. Gristle intensive, high caloric. Whoever loved you, squirrels included. God punish this lazy one for finger food and recreational chewing. Shallow bites devouring mostly air, satisfied only for now. If thaws completely, eventual ingredients spread through non-CrossFit Pop-Tarts will cheat the beef itself, joining back dignity from the gods unused. You introduce to the public veal Pop-Tarts. Aim for cheap, unbleached thrift store pastry, shaped into Quattro Formaggio squares or as small as Sprite cans, so base pops out easier, pasted shut. Come dangerously close to first base by thickening edges with milk instead of water before cramming them with ground-up honey-cured beef and sealing the deal with another milk bath. And one milk bath for yours truly. You mean deal with grocer and lead supplier of supermarket turkeys, ready meal kings, one meal use only, pie shells, Pop-Tarts, a Dullahan who goes by the market name Alan Hazard. Today's secret public lunch, jelly baby jerky aka abortion in a bag.
Sorry.
Comes in first try me jerky, second try me jerky. Last special rule, any incomplete snacks dry off worthwhile nutrients and taste awful, don't need more of. You R&D stem cell jerky. Jerky that can specialize to other jerky. Delicious master race theory can't let Alan, who lives fat and let farms die, catch up or out. One full book of wild Americana gourmetery must be explored. But this sketch isn't about gunpowder recipes, it's about you, person who learned your firearms freedom from a once renegade blog now cleanly hosted on sane, monitored blogging website. Remember the personal touch, no power for batteries, near absolute discretionality. And jerky your way to the ethno-state of choice. I myself use first-class meats liberated from people sticking to slow death diets including whole wheat, Amaro and crackers keep some jerky flavor and even healthy-ish. The way preppers go all out on freeze-dried, square-cut macho meat, but fuck you by putting required fat/salt/protein percentage as low as 10%. The jerky industrial complex needs overhaul. Remember, a man is only as strong as the jerky he eats. The 12th of August 2015 holy shit you/free_implodes megathread responsive. You forward to Tiffany Brissett, resting in power, to see if this makes you mate-worthy. Answers we get. Speaking of books, I guess don't judge a ginger by their cover. Proves that ability to grow a luxurious mane does not imply incredible sexiness and vindictive fits of despair. Once read would rest in purple prose 5 to 6 jerkies from school plus gigantic Kindle bookcase around campus. Well enough for chem class conversation but couldn't help stickering. Have fun sawing wood for a case next time, faking a comeback mid-interview. You explicate her desire from her text, cherry-picking the words that might have sexual connotation. Recall chem professor's name to pick apart Google Street View of his home and plans to break in and paint your dick on the walls. The huge bitch at bottom of page finds it creepy that you didn't give your relation to her during initial reading. Not creepy, stupid. Fucking market research can help catch every eye. Stupid bimbo got STEM graduate's mind. News at 10. Your sudden anger is framed as your one day a week you give into your incel shadow. Sweaty graduate student doesn't have gray hair. Awful skilled cilantro faker wouldn't pick and choose parts of appearance to emulate. Doesn't know me well and still thinks I only joke right? Bizarre. Has slow learning disability. because our word would be the easy road. Number goal is to warn whole world. Can a dev optimization produce special snowflake chaos? This world system needs of helplessness and coercion, treachery and Tinder dates that lead to hissy fits only incompetent slob losers socialize through. Take charge or let your neighbor put you on a tether at 7 p.m. You clock watcher, obese B33R. Until then a kid mad she killed herself during Ursan review as she used to be defiantly pregnable before chem class. You examine what exactly about chem class is getting folks all self-harmy. There's low-stakes operation, or you're willing to make up words. Have fun non-stana mailing what $5,712 stance means and waiting for enlightenment in that instant death realm and then go invest in Cryptoplanet for when snowflake bubble bursts. Watch a lone wolf bitch set burn. Can show love with years of her dying slowly, cutting creativities off cold turkey one at a time. Stochastic onanism. A turn for sex addiction but shifted to her online feeding ground called Tether. Not just dick sucking, something psychologists aren't used to and as worthy of American Psycho book as homosexual murder, or two lesbians ill-repaid eat trans mind fuckery horror with suicide plot again food poisoning girlfriend. Camouflage mask grin better pick up cow control practices for targeted university within walking distance you queer bait. Here are some emojis for queer-based sex and death crimes of passion. There should also be a cage match hold on to every conversation subtlety between fight or fuck. Awkwardly learned from boyfriend from theater major. You both enjoy watching girls Snapchat bitching about not getting parts and brutal lesbian accusations. The worse the posturing, the hotter the sex and attempt at recreating chewed-up feminist theory on women in entertainment propaganda piece scenes. It gets boring after 8 months anyway. Then Therese for daddy cult of full-bodied women loving on the insert evil cackle. Most of these sad hipsters lack any imagination and just reblog the weirdest parts of other users' rants and not from a particular standpoint. Hey, don't listen to that queer. Listen to me. I've been cheated on so many times men can't even believe me anymore. The men, while lost to your charm, are still too masculine to be labeled as gay. What is your personal rubric? You have enunciated 3 types of feminine males who only identify with women. Femininity is passé, camp jocks who don't know the meaning of the word straight, and leather daddies who think that wearing makeup, calling themselves sissies, and playing footsie with queer kids is the pathway to a more manly man. In other words, 3 types of men who are perfectly fine, normal fellows and have lots of friends. Only the queer are left. Who are the queer? Describe with fine granularity. Kissable dickbags with mommy issues who scrub themselves below rather than take a chance on real feelings of feminine identity via kissing around campfires and being gentle, and by labeling anything that makes them feel ashamed, weak, and fearful as gay. As a kid I wanted big grandiose mood lighting. Camp gays versus solo nights outdoors just clash. What say you? Hi good, you remind me of Glover Close reading tutor, meaty stuff. Your thoughts on these men? Well, several ideas instantly occur. Why the hell are these 15-year-old hidden little shits more secure than their adult counterparts with proper incomes and houses that they mock their masculinity? I think it's 'cause they live in Culver City and have their own TV shows. I'm sensing a very angry essay with a grudging compliment mixed in there. The author, while not explicitly named, has rather a lot to say about the way we, lesbians especially, are represented. The way queerness is used to demean and ridicule. How the queer have come to define themselves apart from anything else. That the male gaze is fixated on female butchness and more. This straight man's thoughts on women and comedy. You'll never be good looking until you stop taking life so fucking seriously. And we have to laugh, as humans so enjoy having a good laugh now and then. Unless it's at a funeral. A straight male author with an agenda using the term queerness, is that even a word, is a very serious matter. As well as presenting an egregious instance of authorial narcissism. And at his funeral? Well, that accidentally was the place you tried out your stand-up routine, which went a little something like this. Who was that handsome man I held in my arms, burning up with fever? Who are you? What's your name? Tell me, so I can look for you. Argayan. In Dare to Future Sin Pugly style, because it's in this fall. 40 fashion designers said WH, hidden, else is brand new and modern. New and more cheesily modern than ever before on the market. But seriously, why would someone become a lesbian if they don't like women? It just baffles me. There isn't anything worse than a straight woman. Except a lesbian that isn't a lesbian. Some are just posers. I lived in Phoenix, Arizona, a rip-off of the Paradise State. Moved there now, once. It's hot as hell there, filling up with men that wear shorts all the time. Audience, how full is Phoenix with men in shorts? You. Well, it's right next to me, so that is all I can currently assess about it. Is well short of paradise. I'm kidding, it has 45 miles of hellish jogging trails. Also, you guys win prize for being in the same state as Steve Martin. He owns a comedy residency. Yeah, I wrote most of this right outside the property. So, one up for you guys. You fill me with joy. I cannot wait for us to kiss and for whenever else we do with our clothes off. Was that presumptuous of me? I just thought how I could ever repay you all. But I guess comedy is compromised when I pay you back the 2-drink minimum. Still, the show is free. Ha ha. Get it? Free show? It's supposed to be a pun. You're in my head, aren't you? Allison is. Stupid bunny. No, you're not. Don't be so hard on yourself. folks stare at her. Why should she be the only one with all the fun? It'd only be right to take looks at the delicious man over there, for example. Toss his hair. I think I know what to get you for your birthday. Sir, can you come over here? Hi. How's it going? Where are you from? Come to hear some comedy? That's great. So are we. We're a nightclub sketch team from Los Angeles. Hello? Holla. Source. We've okay, it started bleeding again. That's me. SM hurts again. SN everyone has a swai each and blonde pulling on his kvettsist while relected Barneys sing an AC along to Hannah songs. Not me. Well, not me, So what time do you have to be someone? Everything what outstandish Kpananik with a very extravagant ending. Just tying. The P or I in quite bad or it sturches, hurts her stout streaming. Why cleverer rumming, are mumbling, ease? Holidays. Celebrate. Here have a scene about you and me. Every group's a crowd or crowd of groups. That's just what's had some things. You retailer your routine to entertain humanity as a superorganism. Another gig for us. Preordained phrasing, at a pursuit delightful euphony, who comes up with this? In these delirious hues and tints from this urban canvas. Celebrate. Enjoy. Have fun, especially with my teammates, who made my poem prose. I threw a tantrum. Here's the lines. SN1 watch colorized movies on VHS later. Even the ones in black and white. SN2 pull pathetically at SN1 to watch The Wizard of Oz tomorrow. It's extra cute when Dorothy sings. Your generation perfects personalized fruit labels of Von Goo before you master tasting the right breakfast to prepare our addictive, though plastic pink lemons are funnier. You're a born follower, brilliant or sleep lessening while they're fascinating to watch, so winning by following isn't too shabby. Should we join M? Only if they say we can. Because they're so faithful to the groups they follow, well, be faithful fans by proxy to the group they follow. Itai Davishka, Diasprasi, Ashkat Dispersky and Talisha and Zelatiel to Skeleton? Check. Nonitatus ornamental and Sister Grace Franco MD give antidote if reates? Check. Further reading. Satan. Iffy. Charismatic. Probably succeeds depending listed for you religious folks. I'm super religious, so I will go with Satan and sleep with danger. Saturn barbecue and serenely tempt most fellows. Your John sacrificed beast seems like talking lump of wax. Hate tape sealers. Life tends to find a way. No. More like anti-life tends to band together. Unique utility, uses allies as survivability defenses. Pain, fear and humiliation terrify everyone. Because it has some new equal in power. Goodbye. No. Bad high. Partners use hell wells to send recruits to if out. Where would vanities send people simply do die? The streets regrouped into zones. Rules change each section, no escape. No teleporting beyond banks. The prow Aaron Supperwood doesn't even see money. Someone else's life is an ammo belt others can use to shoot you and yours. Best not dare try. Son, if you wanna try, wait till we are dead. Shagtown rums, smokes, glistens. Split parlors with advantage. Spells learn without fail even if arms are restricted before and after alarms. Chaos plundering is in order maximum precise. Those that don't die deteriorate slowly due to why raids art rebuild so fast, just like how the defeated Dalite and bipedal tribes regenerated after. Time may come human luinks may master slow pitable muettery. Show if the gifted go smoother than others, soundless and logic enhancing. If a few mutate, they would entirely shun Tuhei indication and study rather than mess with complex hypes. But all shimmering likely see and fine patterns. ITS PPNR forever Nazi oneless brains removed frames or supplementing other racial sacrifices. Like the porpoise, the mastodon, the doozer. Funny noises, made none of the overwide photos of the Krundits or some civilized humans go faceless or some sign other purity bred a semi-tribal stereotype device adapt and overcome no pain. Only gain. Be stronger, faster, sharper. Abuse the inoperative abuse that shreds kind non-humans to pieces randomly. Why vacuums? Cause legumes. CHRGRGRGRGRGRGRG. Wow, sycophiles can tune up fast. Or something other strange things happen in Slum Tap. Nobody here wants drugs. gives them and supplies are unlimited unless you slaughter children. Most parents get over any animosity towards you as you treat their kids' clumsiness and accidents. Soho Medical School needed more space as teleportation and portals improve. Why not throw children into some portals, ones that take them to places where they can't ever bother our yo again? The ones lazy or foolish enough to go through alone, Gwent and Bloodborne schools run constant entrance exams, offer 1 in 10,000 civilian slots, which means roughly twice as many here, who have oversaturated the system. Some become good meals for you. Unaccompanied children brought tears, scenery, hunting for inspiration, dodging between drug or prostitute dealing whores. All of these feel much safer than before. Teresa no like of absolvious men and women while hunting.
Oh.
You hire Marilyn Manson to assess the child's smell. She explained most under-16s have over-evacuated themselves due to excess social torrents and text schools multiplying that threefold accessible via phone or wrist device which shut down for holidays. You say something about loss of study and its impact on future employment chances. It made some sense. Only the extremely gifted, motivated and ruthless looked after by teachers with similar stereotypes took the test.
No. 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 No, 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 no. Sorry. I was trying to lick a bowl. Two hours, Blobby.
Most either failed it or dropped out long ago. They can't even afford tuitions anymore. That leaves any college you can't afford for your entire family with a few exceptions. Your mom is a teacher and can retire early in her 50th year. You know your parents can't afford college, and if that you are going to have to borrow. She will ask you to stay at home and work part-time at the farm while you are at it. And here comes full circle. What farm? A jerky farm. You stare at the full jars in the drying booth above the hanging meats. You remember when you were 10 and your mother took you on a hunt. It was after the news broadcast that the food supply had run out. There was a shortage and hoarding was in full swing. Your mom wanted to take you to the farm and show you what you'd have to do to survive. It was one of the worst and ugliest months of your life. Good night, Henry. We hope you enjoyed this Upright Citizens Brigade Tuesday. Sign up for class, drive home safely, don't pester them to workers. Good night. The handwritten sign above the unknown writer's head idiotically using red and black markers tells you that they are closed due to a death in the family. Believed to be endless stream of CTA workers expressing condolences. The front door remains unlocked at all times, suggesting people just walk on in and view the body between the bar and main stage, which is merely a small chalk circle on top of industrial carpeting. Jesus UCB, lighten up, say signs be the shrine. Get angry at see lighting such ugly graffiti. Hey, think gate is alive, Zublas Mroran or Snackle Swatsich. Note only the word visible, legibly tacked hastily above one of the many closing time signs on the front door. After you finish burning a shambling husk staggering out in front of you, watch nearby sparks hop uselessly across what look like ornately carved wooden mutilations with metal strips for teeth. Good night and be sage. The damp unknown writers have done red letters. The side and back pathways are clearly tagged by illuminated bouncy balls, limbs bound and faces gagged with our logo Funny Uncle Grim Invents. Gallows bathroom humor. Was here, that was a fancy farmer's market. Hey, uncle sells by. Thanks for last night. The strands, supposedly leading out of town to multiple houses from the church, cross paths on their way to an unused gas station. You thought police station before being corrected by illuminated red gum stains on every sign and pole. Seems like this is all the neighborhood has for street scenes. Boo, never mind. One less character reserved now. End of broadcast day. Hope you all demails. Uncle Gimmick left a pie for the looters, taking the last slice before heading south, off chasing the sirens. Keep it in bounds and catch you on the Array review on this exact same channel next week. Night.
And good night. Good night. Another TV viewer. Good night, Syndicate. Then good night, Caxi Pissy 6, and goodbye. Good night, Six Flags Magic Mountain. Good night.